Welcome back to my home, the wonderful place to be. Since last episode, I finally made the Void Crucible. I don't know that it's actually working, but yeah. It looks like you can choose things to keep, but it seems to still keep quite a bit. I don't know. I don't do it. I have a bounty to turn in. More Echo Shards. Cool. Ooh, and I just reached level 40. That is awesome. We're going to go for more Echo Shards. Okay, here we go. We got our Echo Shards. I don't know where that came from. And some other stuff. Bloop. So our Echo Shards should be in here. There we go. And if you know from last time, I got this handy dandy little, or when I built it, that can take in all the items automatically. Just pulls them all in. Except for those dream shards really should not go in there. And then I've made some other updates. What's that? Ooh, knowledge fragment. I'll take it. And then let's see what else I did. There's a snowman corner because I needed snow. Obviously this is new and we'll talk about that in a minute, but I've also made me a netherite furnace. And this modular router will take items from my system, from that interface, if there are any down here, and it will smelt them. And then this one will pull them back into the system. So that's cool. Let's look at our knowledge. Oh, I was going to do one more. We got 16 now. Okay, that's something else for just a second. Let's take us over some other things I've been up to. So we unlocked Create last time, and this is kind of some of the beginning stuff you need to press. And I'm wearing these engineer's goggles so I can see the stress units. And then I got this blaze burner from a mod box. This one I made. You go to the nether with the, whatever you call that. The empty blaze spawner, and you right click a blaze with it, and you'll get a blaze. And that becomes a mixer. And then I've got my handle there. Anyway. Okay, let's go outside. I have infinite slime now. And you might ask, how does this make infinite slime? Well, it's a wheat farm, so it doesn't make infinite slime, but it makes infinite dough. That's the important part. So it's doing its thing. I've got my magnet on. Throw those in there. And basically it just harvests the wheat, replants the seeds, and then when it has something, it puts it into here. You'll see there's seeds and there's wheat flour right there. And the wheat flour, you didn't see it, it's too quick, but it gets turned into dough by these washers. They go into this chest, and then inside the modular router automatically imports it. So we have dough right there. And I have it set to avoid any excess. So it's always going to be at 512 unless I increase it. Let's show you the inner workings. So right now we have 3 water wheels that are producing way more energy than I need. It's belt driven downwards. Let's go look at the downwards. As you can see, we're using we're almost using the full like 536. It's like 48, I think, to run this whole system. We have some gear ratios going on to speed things up for that one. This line comes over here. That's what's turning the farm. And we speed it up to run this belt. You can see the wheat coming in. And then we speed it up again for this fan. The fan blows upwards in those chutes. and moves the wheat up. All the seeds are automatically getting pulled into my, that was a really crappy jump, system. That hurt a lot because I didn't have my trinket on. So yeah, it comes up into this. This drops it into the grinder. I don't remember what that's called. This thing, millstone. Millstone then produces wheat flour. The wheat flour is washed into dough. Ta-da! And then with cactus, which I have infinite amounts of, and bone meal, which I have infinite amounts of, I can make lime dye. Lime dye plus dough equals slime. So now we can make slime forever. Yay me. Also updated my portal, that you saw that in the last video. So yeah, and then I upgraded, not upgraded, but I made the terrain a little better. So I got room for some farms. And I got my nice little path. Leads down to the house. So yeah, this is just kind of fun. And the house, I think, is going to need to go at some point. And then, yeah, this cactus farm is only one level, but I mean, it produces enough cactus. So I don't need copious amounts of cactus right now. And then the other one, like I've showed you before, produces bone meal. Oh, and there is a pickle farm here too. I don't know that I ever showed that, but I have a pickle farm. I don't remember how it works, other than that. So today, though, I wanted to do a couple of things. I wanted to make a pumpkin and melon farm that's automated with Create. I thought that would be fun to do because I need pumpkins and melons quite often. And then I can, as you saw, we got more knowledge points, knowledge stars. Oh, I'm not within range again. We can unlock something new. Something else I did is I moved all of my passive mobs in up tier, and they are full. I need to find a way, not find a way, I just need to get them in to the system. But I also made some hostile farms for ender pearls and mostly spider eyes. But I've only got one spider. And to make those eggs, you just need to take your regular mystery eggs and convert them. So yeah, like that. And then you can throw it out. And look, a witch. So that's that. And then I made a hammock because you can sleep in hammocks and make it nighttime. So let's do the first thing. Let's do easy villagers. I've been waiting for this one. Apparently I only needed 14. I have 16. The other one I could do is this one, but it's not as needed. I would really like the easy villagers. So let's do that. So take all but 2 of those. And get, I've been working on this since the beginning of the series. I wanted this. Easy villagers. Yay! Happy days. And then once I get 4, probably will unlock that in a separate video or just on my own. Some of these quality of life things I just upgrade as I need them. Like that, bigger flasks would be nice. So the next one, entangled would be a good one to have too. Would be nice to have as like entangled. But I think the bigger one, I want belts. I want to work my way up to like belts, backpacks. Flux neck horse would be nice just so that I can power my inventory items without, they're going to stay in my inventory and be always powered. Dark utilities would be a nice one to have too. but we'll work on those later. So easy villagers or the other one. I think let's just take a quick peek at the easy villagers. So we've got villagers. We can make a breeder. That would be a really nice one. Auto trader would be nice too. So what does it take to make a breeder? Takes everything we already have. An incubator, we already have that. Sweet. And we have an iron farm. A converter would be very nice, actually. Let's just make a converter. And oh, that needs tinted glass. Okay. Get that. We'll make one trader so that we know how that works. And we'll get an auto trader so we know how that works too. And finally to a point where I can just make things and it's really nice. Okay, I think I need a couple of hoppers. I actually just wanted to make those. And some chests. Chest. And then, where should we set this up? It's nighttime. Well, we're kind of doing some automated farms up here, so let's go with this. We're going to take a breeder and an incubator. Maybe we need a barrel instead, at least for the top. So we go barrel. That drops down. I think it's kind of tall. We have room down here. Not really. Let's go to sleep. We'll do it outside, and then I'll find a spot more permanent for it. Okay. So just put it here in the corner. So the base, we want to stick this here with, we can make it kind of smaller if I go like this. Hang on. My bag picked up my cobble piece. So let's go like this. That there. That can go there. Then we need the incubator. That was not the incubator. Incubator. Oh yeah, we can make this smaller. Breeder. Another thing. And a chest. So I believe I should be able to hopper that, like the food, like carrots, into here. They'll make babies. Babies will go into here. Fully grown adults will go down here. So let's test it. And we have 32 carrots, but that's okay. What about potatoes? I have less. We'll just grab some regular villagers. Pop them in there. And then the carrots are going in. I hope. I mean, it looks like it. Oh, yep, see, baby. That's awesome. So now we have a breeder. Love it. That was cool. Okay. How does the auto trader work? This here for now with the auto trader on top. Okay, so I can input and output items. So if I got like stick put in, I can get emeralds to come out. That's actually really, really nice. So I can add infinite emeralds at that point. So I think this one, yeah, there's no interface. I just like have to get a villager in there. And then this one, villagers in, villagers out. And I bet I can probably hopper them out, I would assume. So let's take these guys. Put that there. Grab a hopper. Put him there for now. Okay. Now let's test this out. Put on my wings. Because I have a couple villagers that I would like to be traded. Okay. We have you. You're my stick guy. I need an empty hand. I think you were just for melons. And you were my Fletcher for like arrows and stuff. Okay. That was lame. I didn't fly. It's okay. We can take the path. So let's take my stick guy. Put him in there. I don't know how this works. Can I just right click him? Nope. Okay. Well, while we're playing with that, let's put this here. And we'll say Fletcher. Put him in. Give him his box. And then I can just trade with him here. That's awesome. I need to look up how to get that to work. Back in a sec. Okay. Guess I forgot to unpause my video. Anyway, so I made the iron farm. And it will, over time, I think, produce iron. What I was saying is you could essentially hook this straight into Auto Trader with like a blacksmith that's been converted and just have really easy emeralds. That would be really cool too. So, and we did have to make the farmer block, and what that does is it just turns any villager straight into a farmer with whatever seed you tell it to. So you can have like carrots, potatoes, I think beetroots and wheat, and it will just give you back, what you need. So those are some very simple farms. A bigger, oh, there he is. He's converted. So here's my Fletcher. Let's change out this guy here. Or this guy. It's twice I put him down. Instead of 32, it's now 26. And now, I get better trades. Yeah. Not a really, it's 8 string. That's not a great use for it for Fletchers, but if you do it with a farmer, it's a great thing. So you take like this farmer, throw him in there by the golden apple. And he'll get trade converted too. So waiting to see how that one works. Okay, so it looks like this will take about 4 minutes to start producing. The video I watched just says about every 4 minutes it'll produce iron, so we can wait on that. I'll check back on that. So I kind of want to, with this mod set up, I want to make a place separate from my house because I don't want to stick everything in there. Some things make sense, but not everything. I want to build a, see, there it is. There's the iron golem getting killed. And then 3 to 4 iron, 2 to 4 iron. and poppies will come out. Anyway, so I want to make some other builds that will house like villagers and other things. So that's kind of my goal. I want to make an actual base with different outposts, different places doing different things. That's the plan. That's the plan, especially now that I have Easy Villagers unlocked. I've been waiting for that one for a while. The next thing I want to look at building, it's already unlocked, is the network transmitters and receivers. I think I can build them already as long as I have the steel. But these allow you to wirelessly connect your network so that I can put some I think transmitters in here, and then build like a house with a receiver, and then whatever that building produces will just automatically get put into the system. So I was going to make some other farms, but we're kind of already at the 20-minute, 30-minute mark. So next time I'll focus on maybe a little bit of create stuff and or building some buildings. I don't know. We'll see what shenanigans I get up to between now and then. I like to do more progress updates because like something like this took me probably 2 or 3 hours to figure out on my own. I've seen the concept before and I knew like the washers could do things, but I wanted to make my own design. So it's more or less like, here's a progress update. And I might do like short little updates for one video or something where I build a melon and pumpkin farm, because I do want to make those melon and pumpkin farms and then like have a trader that will auto trade them or something. Plus you need some for the vault altar. Anyway, that has been that. Just wanted to add in here, I guess, if anyone's interested, and I'll try and put some links in the description or cards somewhere. My wife is an author. She has written 5 books, working on her 6th. And she's going to be kind of the quote-unquote sponsor of my videos. Mostly I just want to make people aware of her books and help her where you can. If you like horror mashups, she's a fantastic job. 3 of her last books were horror mashups. I think she's written 6. She's written a fantasy series called Cavalcade about a young girl who goes to a fantasy land and meets dragons and fairies and stuff, defeats the main bad guy. And then she wrote a mashup between Dracula and Frankenstein. I love that book. It's called Dracula Ascending. It's the story of basically Dracula, but Dracula is Frankenstein. And so Victor Frankenstein, or he's the monster, created the monster using Vlad Tepes's bones. And so Frankenstein is Dracula. So that was really kind of cool. And she's also written, I can't remember what it's called, but it's a story about Dorian Gray and Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. That was a good one to listen to. These the mashups are also on Audible, so you can listen to them. And then the last one was it's basically The Haunting of Hill House. I can't remember what she called the title. Again, I'll try and put it out in the description, where it's the Haunting of Hill House story with a bunch of like Edgar Allan Poe stories mixed in. So it's really cool. I like them all. I listen to them all. I'm not a reader, but I do listen to them, and I very much think that she did a great job at those books. I need to stop doing that. So if you are interested, I'm going to put the links in the description. And then to her YouTube, not YouTube, well, she has a YouTube page too, but to her books on Amazon. And you can find those. Anyway, thanks again for watching. If you've enjoyed and made it this far, make sure you like and subscribe. Click the subscribe button. And your finger's probably, as always, right next to that like button. Go ahead and click it. It'll help my channel grow and we can make some more content and make some more friends. I like friends. So until later, till next time, I'll see you and have a good rest of your week. Bye.